Hey guys, I didn't see you there. Well, today we're going to discuss a topic that a lot of women are probably going through is the breakdown of marriage. And I have like a list. So I have 11 that I decided that are the topics that makes a marriage breakdown. So one is marrying too young. Two is disconnection or growing apart. And three is communication, the constant arguments for no reason whatsoever. And then what you do is you shut down and you avoid further arguments with your partner. And then you start ignoring your partner and not caring anymore. 4, intimacy. You lose interest in having sex with your partner. And 5 is infidelity, not being faithful to your partner or your marriage. And 6, the lack of commitment from each other's part or from one partner. 7, I would call it finance. This happens a lot in marriages. When there's lack of finances, it brings a lot of tension, a lot of arguments, and it could stress the marriage. Number 8, addiction. Anything with alcohol or drugs, it's not good because there's some more that you can help your partner and support him, but then you become also the enabler. So there has to be a limit. And domestic violence, meaning, if your partner is very verbal abuse, that's verbal abuse, emotional abuse, and actually the physical abuse. And the number 10 is the different values and lifestyles in between partners. And number 11 is falling out of love for no obvious reason whatsoever. When they decide that you no longer want to be in that relationship anymore for whatever your itch is. But I kind of narrow it down to where I've spoken to a lot of female friends, and I realized that these are the main topics that usually breaks down a marriage. For me, was marrying too young. Sometimes a lack of communication, the infidelity leading to the intimacy where you lose interest in having sex with that partner because of the constant arguments, and then the addiction. That would be in my second marriage. But and sometimes the different values, things that you believe and then your partner doesn't believe, and that becomes kind of critical in the marriage. There's certain things that you go about, you have your own set of rules, and your other partner doesn't have that set of rules. They could be more open-minded. So then that's when you start losing interest and drifting apart from each other. So now I'm going to get a little bit more in detail. When you're married too young, it overlaps with the general category of incompatibility. This is the risk of marrying very young, like me, at a young age. People do not often know what they want. Imagine at the age of 18, well, would I know what I want? I knew that I wanted to be married young. I knew that I wanted children, and that all happened, and that was all dandy and nice. But, you have different desires, expectations at that age, and that kind of drift, you have a partner that doesn't see your vision, ideas, you kind of drift apart later on. And then the blaming. People tend to blame their ex for the marriage's ending instead of blaming yourself. Or that you work hard or that you work hard to save that marriage, but your spouse actually didn't work hard enough to save that marriage. So, and not taking accountability. And in reality means both partners are at the end, both partners have some type of fault. And this is why the marriage goes downhill. So you can't blame one or the other. You both are at fault. That's the reality. For whatever the outline of reasons that I gave. And the other one is reason for divorce. It's a final straw. Meaning when a woman said, I had enough. I want to be out of this marriage. I can't stand this man because of the sexual abuse, the mental abuse, and women become fed up with men, behaving badly. And the domestic violence is one of the major reasons for a split that leads into a divorce. Feel free to comment on today's lesson or DM me directly. And until next time.